It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now, listen, you already know time and energy is the highest forms of currency, my G. Time and energy is the highest forms of currency at all times. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing the money, chasing that moolah, getting to that guap, but always keep in the front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy, the highest forms of currency, my G. It is what it is. And salute to everybody that's tapped into the channel, everybody that's subscribed to the channel, all my day one investors. You feel what I'm saying? All my new investors. You know, we growing organically, well over 17,000 subscribers, well over. And I mean, like I said before, we growing organically. Now listen, you see the thumbnail. Feel what I'm saying? You see the title. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, the higher ups and the elites are working and playing chess at the highest level right now, at the highest level. You know, just like in the Roman days, you feel what I'm saying? It was a known fact that they would give the Romans bread and give them sports and give them wine to keep them distracted. And I said to myself, man, listen, it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be, but the playoffs are on. So I know that a lot of people is going to be watching these playoff games because they want y'all watching the TV. They want y'all watching football. Whole time they flooding the country with these immigrants. Now, I did a live stream recently and I talked about Donald Trump. And I ain't gonna lie, my DMs been going crazy ever since I did that live stream. My DMs are going crazy. You understand? With people asking Big G and BTV, you know, what's your perspective on Donald Trump? Why do you rock with Donald Trump? Why are you trying? Why are you speaking? Why is your analogy? Why is your perspective? You understand what I'm saying? And I said, listen, I'm gonna double back and I'm gonna give a quick synopsis on this situation with Donald Trump. Now, you got to understand something. A lot of people not feeling Donald Trump because of how his people, how the dogs that rock with him, you know, the red hats, the MAGA hats, ran up in the, you know, the Capitol. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. When them people ran up in that Capitol, I was kind of feeling that. I mean, I really gained some respect for them people that ran up in that Capitol. It turned a lot of people off, but it really opened my eyes to the possibilities on this soil. You understand? And I respected the fact that they took action into their own hands. They didn't march. They didn't wait for the government. They didn't wait for the higher ups and the elites. They wanted something done and they went and took actions into their own hand and they ran up in the Capitol. And I got a short that I'm about to drop probably tomorrow, you know, just explaining my real detailed, you know what I'm saying, thoughts on that situation. I rock with that. Is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. But you gotta know something. It's always deeper than rap. It's always deeper than rap. And if you in tune with this channel, if you in tune with Grown Man Business TV, do you already know that it's always deeper than rap? This is something that I've been saying for a long time. It's always deeper than rap. You feel what I'm saying? And you got to ask yourself, why is this a problem? Why is, you know, these immigrants, these illegal aliens being flown over the border, being flown from all these different countries, being brought to America? Why? When everybody's saying America is going down, when everybody say the dollar bill is crashing, why they bringing everybody over here? And I'm here to give you the real on this. See, the higher ups and the elites can't go forward with their plan on global domination, on a one world order. You understand what I'm saying? Until they bring down America. See, you got to understand something. If you ain't never traveled the globe, if you ain't never used your passport, if you ain't never been outside of America, then you don't understand that everywhere else in the world, they are not allowed to have guns. Everywhere else in the world, they done already been taken down. They done already been, you know, neutralized. Everywhere, my G. Every other land on this globe has been neutralized by the higher ups and the elites. But America, oh, the great United States of America, we are the last place where a constitution is being ran. We are the last place where freedom reigns. And so you got to understand something. They got y'all thinking that you know, you have lost your freedoms. They paint the narrative that you are being, suppressed, that you're being, pushed. No, listen, we are free, my G, to do what we want. And again, somebody gotta rally the troops. Somebody gotta rally the troops. So I'm gonna tie all this in. It all ties in together. Talking about Trump, talking about the dudes with the MAGA hats running up in the Capitol, taking action into their own hands. Yeah, somebody got to rally the troop. And anytime you get a young black man with some fire and a baritone in his voice, you understand what I'm saying? That stands on grown man business TV, stands on his business at all times. That's when the targets come. Those the guys that got to get taken out. They always looking for the Messiah. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You understand what I'm saying? Now, why do you say that, grown man business TV? I mean, what are you talking about when you say the Messiah? What are you speaking of? Elaborate on that. Well, here we go. Here we go. Any young black man that speaks with some fire in his voice, that has a baritone, that deep voice, that stands on business, that has not been compromised, becomes a target. But it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And I'm here to tell you, the same way those dudes with those MAGA hats ran up in the Capitol is the same way black people need to rally up, and everybody need to band together, and it's time to go to war against these immigrants or against these people that's being flown in or whatever you want to call them. See, you got to know something, man. If you look on your timeline, if you look at the social media platforms, if you look at the news outlets, you will see everybody complaining about all of these illegal immigrants being flown into the city, how the crime is going up, how we can't keep control. It's so many of them, we don't even know the number. We done lost count. They everywhere. I'm talking about Chicago, Detroit, New York City. I mean, the list goes on and on of these asylum cities that they're flying them into. But one thing for sure and two things for certain, y'all ain't rallied the troops yet. So this is the difference between the dudes that ride with Donald Trump and everybody else. That's the difference. Again, when them guys was out there in DC, Washington, DC, and everybody was talking about, the MAGA hats running up in the Capitol, I got my popcorn and I watched TV and I watched it like a movie, like everybody else did. But the difference between me and you is I was taking notes, my G. Oh, I was taking notes. I wasn't just watching it in shock. I was watching it in admiration. I admired that. I gained a lot of respect for that. And that's one of the main reasons why I say Donald Trump got to get back in office. But I got a whole list of reasons why Donald Trump need to be in office. America need to be made great again. America need to be respected again. America need to be feared all around the globe again. And it's so many people, you understand, white and black, that died for this Constitution, that died for this land, that went to war. My people been involved in every war on and off this soil when it come to America. So when I speak on it, I'm gonna speak with some rage. It's gonna be, yeah, you're gonna feel that. It's energy in that. It's power in the voice, my G. It's power of the tongue when I speak about that. So we need somebody in office that know what day of the week it is, that know exactly what he talking about, that know how to walk upstairs without stumbling and making an embarrassment of the United States of America. It's time for change, my G. And you got the Democratic Party and you got the Republican Party. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. I took notes when I was watching them people run up in that Capitol. And now what I'm seeing is everybody coming to YouTube, everybody coming to the news outlets, everybody talking and making content and complaining about these asylum seekers, complaining. When you ain't gotta do no complaining, you can take action into your own hands, my G. All this talking, all this crying, all this complaining about these asylum seekers being brought to your city, but you ain't willing to ride. You ain't willing to slide. You ain't willing to take actions into your own hands. Oh, but you gotta know something. The higher ups and the elites are gonna push your back against the wall so much so you're not gonna have no other chance. You're not gonna have no other way out but to take actions into your own hands, and y'all ain't ready for that. See, this is a Kobe year. This is 2024, where a lot is going to be revealed, my G. A lot is going to be exposed. A lot of smoke and mirrors is going to be moved out the way, and you're going to be able to see very clearly what's going on. But once you're able to see very clearly what's going on, either you're going to go to war or you're going to, listen, you already know what I'm going to say to you, homie. You either going to get down or you going to lay down. And either if you lay down, you going to stay down. Yeah, you going to get down or you going to lay down. And if you lay down, you going to stay down. Why you think they don't want Trump in office? The main reason they don't want Trump in office is because they already know the dudes that's riding with Trump is willing to go to war. The guys that's riding with Trump, yeah, the MAGA hats, the dudes that y'all was talking down on, the dudes that y'all had so much to say about, those dudes is going to strap their boots up and go to war. Yeah. They already showed the higher ups and the elites. We'll run up in, yeah, listen, we'll run up in the Capitol if we have to. So what you think them same dudes are do to the immigrants or the asylum seekers if they play around too much? What you think they gonna do? The weak link is us, my G. When it come to this part of the game, when it come to what's going on right now, when it come to getting to the next level, the weak link is us. Y'all ain't willing to go to war. Y'all like to listen to rap music, though. Y'all like to listen to drill music, though. Y'all like to hear Lil Durk and all these other rappers talk about sliding, and they ain't sliding on nothing. They ain't sliding on nothing. Chicago is being overran. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In Detroit, they got immigrants sleeping in the airports. Oh, I seen it all with my own eyes, my G. They got immigrants, asylum seekers sleeping in the airport, but American people, the American homeless, they die outside when it get too cold because they got nowhere to go. And y'all ain't willing to ride for that. Y'all ain't willing to take it all the way there. And again, you got to know something. I tell y'all this all the time. I know it sound like a rap song. I make it sound real good. You know what I'm saying? I had people in my DM say, yo, G and B, man, you this, that, and the listen, I know it sound real good, but I don't say this for my health, my G. When I tell you that the higher ups and the elites are playing chess at the highest level at all times, I mean that. So you don't think that the higher ups and the elites done watched y'all long enough to know we done did everything to these people. They not gonna ride. We done stepped on George Floyd neck. We done killed, listen, shot little babies in the park. You know, what the little boy name who got smoked in the park by the, I mean, we done did everything. They not willing to ride. So when we bring these asylum seekers in, they not gonna ride. They not gonna stand on business. They gonna complain. They're gonna make content. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna march. But those white people that was riding with Trump, those are the threat. Those the ones we gotta watch out for because they didn't do no talking. They took action into their own hands and ran up in the Capitol. So my question to you is this: everybody that come into my DM asking me particular questions about my last live stream about Trump, my question to you is, what are you willing to ride for? What are you willing to die for? What are you, what's it gonna take? How much further, how much more are you gonna be willing to take, my G? Or are you just gonna get down and lay down? And I already told you, if you lay down, you're gonna stay down. I'm not gonna make this a long live stream. I'm gonna make this a quick one. 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 I'm gonna make I want to get right to the point. I want this to be potent. That's why I'm riding with Trump. That's why I'm riding with Trump. That's why I'm telling you that Trump got to get in office. America is the last standing. We are the last one standing that have a freedom, that have a constitution, a freedom of speech, a freedom to bear arms, a freedom to listen. We can rebel on a tyrant government. It's in the Constitution. We got all right to rebel on a tyrant government. Y'all don't want to hear this part of the game. Because now I'm going to hold a mirror up to you. Now I'm going to point the finger at you. And I'm going to tell you about yourself. Oh, we're going to talk about the higher ups and the elites. But the higher ups and the elites can only move on what we let them move on. They're gonna send somebody to you. They're gonna see if you want to go to the mansion party. But it's up to you to go to the mansion party. Oh, you're gonna do a video shoot. They're gonna send one of those LBG 123, ABC community dudes, and they're gonna send it to your shoot, and they're gonna try to put you in a dress. They're not gonna ever force you in a dress. They're gonna try to coerce you and convince you to get in the dress, and it's up to you to get in the dress. They're going to shut down your schools. They're going to tell you we ain't got funding. They're going to tell you we can't pay for this and we can't pay for that. But then they're going to turn around and give billions, hundreds of billions to asylum seekers. And then they're going to look at you like, what are you going to do about it? And once you don't, this is war, baby. This is chess. If I put the pawn out there and you don't bite the bait, then yeah, I'm going for your king now. I'm going for your queen. I'm going to take a rook or a knight off the board. I'm going to make you eat that. So for everybody in my DM talking down about Trump, everybody in my DM got something to say about Trump, let me ask you a question. What you willing to do? Because we already know what his people willing to do. We already know what his people is down to do, how far they willing to take it. And that was just a chip off the iceberg. That wasn't even a lot. That was just a demonstration to show y'all what it can go to. See, this is the time in the situation. This is the time in this country where a lot of you pussy cats is going to get exposed. A lot of you gangsters, a lot of you gang members, a lot of you sliders. You know, the ones that want to slide here and slide there. Y'all pussy cats. Y'all pussy cat. You gonna slide on your record. You gonna slide in the music. But you gonna let some immigrants come and take over your whole city. You pussy cats. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Listen, again, homie. A lot of y'all, I don't want to say a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, I don't know. I'm gonna speak for myself. I done been to Thailand, my G. I done been to Bangkok. I done been to Shanghai. I done been all the way on the other side of the globe where once you get there, I'm a whole day ahead or a whole day behind you. I know what it means to go to the other side of the globe. And what I'm telling you from experience is that those people live in a communist state. Oh, you don't know. Let me elaborate. That means they can't talk bad about the president. They'll get put in jail for 100 years if they speak one word bad about the president or whoever's running that. Nobody has guns in China. Man, weed, if you was to buy marijuana, your ass would do 50 years like locked up in a broad. You have, see, when you ain't been to the other side of the globe, you don't even know the freedoms that you have on this land right here. You can get up right now and move to another state. If you don't like what's going on in Detroit, if you don't like what's going on in New York City, if you don't like what's going on in Chicago, you can get up and you can move to Florida. Oh, we got a lot of guns in Florida. We not having no problems with asylum seekers down here. We not having no problems. I don't see nothing, nobody talking about Florida and immigrants. We not having no issues. But, Chicago, New York, Democratic run states, where y'all ain't allowed to have weapons. Y'all scared to get guns because y'all having issues because they know most of y'all ain't even got nothing to protect yourself. The only people who got guns is the criminals. And guess what? The criminals is pussycat. They not willing to ride. They not willing to die. They not willing to slide for the real cause. They want to rap about it. they want a Rolex. They want to protect Philippe. They they want a Cuban chain. They don't need much. They willing to die and shoot and kill for that. But they ain't willing to die and shoot and kill for this country until they send somebody over here. Until they send a martial law full of them immigrants. Until they send police to y'all full of those new immigrants. Oh, y'all got a problem, homie. Y'all got a problem. And what's going to end up happening is, I want to, let me digress. Let me digress. Because when I was younger, right, this is how I felt about the streets. When I was hustling, when I was moving around in the streets and somebody would do something to cross me or do something to, I would feel like this and I would get hyped. But now that I'm grown, now that it's grown man business TV, I feel that exact same way about this land that we live on. Y'all ain't willing to ride for it, but y'all want to live in it and y'all want to reap the benefits. And trust me, you ain't never been to the other side of the globe. We are the last standing where you're gonna have this type of freedom that you don't know about it, because it don't sound like it don't sound like freedom to you. The carbon X, it don't sound like freedom to you until somebody give you the real, somebody give you the game. Yeah, it's a whole nother world when you go outside of America, homie. It's different. So the real question is, if you live in Chicago, if you live in Detroit, if you live in New York, if you living in Atlanta, because Atlanta, yeah, salute the wisdom be. Listen, I've been hearing about Atlanta. I got people in Atlanta. I got family out there, and it's starting to get spooky. But let me tell you something. I wanna give you some game. That shit ain't gonna seep outside of Atlanta. So popular that most people, when they think about Georgia, off the top of their head, they think about Atlanta. But you got to understand something. Atlanta is a small part of Georgia. And when you get outside of Atlanta and you get into rural Georgia, where them people live at, oh, them Trump supporters live at, all outside of Atlanta, that's where the MAGA hat dudes is at. You think those immigrants is, nah, it'll be wartime. So they gonna keep that shit inside Atlanta. All these young rappers and all these black people that ain't gonna ride for nothing. They gonna do that shit in Atlanta, but they not gonna take it nowhere around in Macon, Georgia, Savannah, those rural country areas. Or they not gonna go out there. They not gonna go out there. I'm in Florida. And it's a lot of black people in Florida, but it's way more of those Trump supporters out here in Florida. And every month it's a gun show. I never been no place like it down. Listen, every month they have huge gun shows. And I should take some photos and some video of how many white men, MAGA hat men, you see leaving these gun shows with which I'm talking about AKs, 4.56 AKs on the shoulder. It's like Texas down here. It's like Texas. So they're gonna keep that shit right in them areas where they know y'all ain't gonna ride at. They know a lot of these dudes in them areas is pussycat. I'm just keeping it real with you. Cause I'm gonna point the finger at the higher ups and the elites. But when the shit get real, I got to point the finger at you. I got to point the finger at you, you pussy. You pussycat. You pussycat. In Texas right now, you got a lot of these white men rushing the border. And they're trying to keep barbed wire fence all around this area of the border that a lot of these people is coming in and a lot of these immigrants is crossing over. They willing to go to war behind this shit. Now it get deep because again, I'm always going to expose what's going on with our people. Why, you know, things are the way they are. It's all due to circumstances. It's all a cause and effect. You understand what I'm saying? So I told y'all in the last live, we have experienced this for years, my G. Black people, we have experienced situations with the immigrants and different cultures and different races being shoved into our communities and being put in positions to outgrow us. So a lot of black people just feel like it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. And they not willing to give up what they have because we already know how America do. And a lot of these white people, they've never had to experience this. It's been going on for a long time. But see, for all these years, a lot of white people been able to hide behind their white privilege, regardless if it was inflation, regardless if Asians was coming, regardless if all these immigrants was coming over the border. The white people knew that they wasn't going to be integrated into their suburb communities. Yeah, let the Chinese people come, we just put them back, put them with the blacks. Oh yeah, let the Indians come over here, we just put them with the blacks. Let the Palestine people, let all these, let them come over here. We'll set them up right next to the blacks. But right now it's at a point now where it's overflowing. It's at a point now where everybody is being affected. And that is now triggering white people because white people have never had to experience this type of pressure. They never had to experience, not being able to get their hands on the American dream. See, we already know what it feels like not to be able to touch the American dream, be on the same land, but be, you know, what's the word? Be exiled. There it is. Exiled out of the American dream. And white people was okay with that. When white people was able to touch the American dream, when they was able to get the house with the white picket fence and live in the suburbs or live in whatever they was living in and it was far away from the urban community and all of that, it was all good. It was no issues. It was all good. But now the government understands this. Everybody's in the same pot. Everybody's gonna feel this. Everybody's going to get a taste of what's going on right now because it's not about white or black when it comes to the higher ups and the elites at this present moment. It's not about, rich and poor. It's about America as a whole. They need the whole America to collapse so that they can implement the one world order. They can implement that. Yeah. We need America to collapse so that we can extract all the guns and then we can make y'all submit to this one world order. We can't get the globe. And listen, you got to understand something. They only got until 2030. They only got until 2030. So now you're starting to feel the urgency. You understand what I'm saying? Now you understand why you're feeling anxiety. You're feeling like, why is this shit is happening fast? Like this shit is starting, it's really happening. Like, what's going on? Like, they can't even hide it no more with the sports. They can't hide it no more with the playoffs. They can't hide it no more. It's like the shit is overflowing because they only got to 2030, my G, to really enforce the mark of the beast. Why you think the mark of the beast has not been? We are the last land. We are the last man standing. Oh, in Africa, yeah. They got the mark of the beast already. In China, When they go into them Chinese stores, right? China is very clean. They got cameras everywhere. If your ass jaywalk, you won't even get arrested. They'll just send you a ticket in the mail and you won't be able to buy a certain amount of food and you'll be penalized and money will be taken out of your account and you won't have no control over this shit. They have the mark of the beast already. For them to buy food, oh, this shit has already been scriptured. It's already been written, my G. In the same book that you don't think is true, in the same book that they done perverted. They done perverted it so much that you don't believe that the book is true. But yeah, the mark of the beast place is the last land of freedom. We don't have the mark. Oh, they got close. Ooh, they gave us cell phones. Oh, the cell phones got cameras on it, and the cameras are always on. They're always watching. The World Wide Web, all these cameras everywhere. The food, they poison it. The water, they poison it. The air, they poison it. The land, they poison it. All in submit us, bow down to the mark of the beast. Oh, they do it. I tell you, chess at the highest level. Oh, there's a virus. Now we need everybody to get this shot. Yeah, we want everybody to get the shot. And that is, yeah, the mark of the beast. How many people can we get if we put them in a corner, if we press their back against the wall? How many people can we get to take this shot? If we can get everybody to take this shot, then you know what's next. We can get everybody to get the mark of the beast. Everything. The weed, everything is poison, homie. I'm so glad that I don't smoke weed. I used to be a heavy weed smoker. I'm an 80s baby, so you know I grew up in the 90s where we used to smoke Philly blunts and White Owl blunts and Dutch Masters and Garcia Vegas. You youngsters don't know what a Garcia Vega is. And I'm so proud that I don't smoke marijuana, my G. When the last time when I used to smoke, the last time that I did smoke, I was realizing that this shit is poison. It didn't taste like the weed I used to smoke in the 90s. It didn't taste like the weed that I smoked in the early 2000s when it was illegal. Oh, when it was illegal, we was getting real marijuana. Now that they done, it's just like cigarettes. Let me give y'all some game. And I'm winging it right now. You want real knowledge, then you push that little red button back and you watch it. But I had a conversation one time with a guy out in Martinsville, Virginia. He was about 98 years old. And me and him, I was out there and me and him had I was on a porch with him out in the rural country in Martinsville, Virginia. And he said to me, he said, youngster, you know what's wrong with you young people? I said, what's that, OG? He said, you guys don't know anything about moderation. I said, moderation? He said, yeah, you need to do everything in moderation. And he told me a story, and I'm not gonna tell the whole story. I'm gonna tell you what stuck in my brain, because it was a whole long story. Moderation, you should, he said, man, I take a shot of whiskey every day, and I smoke one joint every day. And when I was young, I used to smoke cigarettes, 1 or 2 cigarettes every day. And then he explained to me how his grandfather, who lived to be like 108, smoked cigarettes his whole life. And I was like, damn. And he said, yeah, back in those days, you had to roll your own cigarettes and it was tobacco leaf. And these tobacco leaves were before the government got their hands on it. And he didn't get cancer. He didn't have he didn't have no problem. He lived to 108 years old. And he said he smoked a cigarette every day of his life. 1 or 2 cigarettes every day of his life. And he never got cancer. So as soon as the government got their hands on a tobacco leaf, they started putting chemicals in it. They started poisoning it. And that's when people started dying from it. But when I was growing up, my mom was growing up, and my grandfather was growing up, nobody died from tobacco leaf. Nobody died from smoking it. So the game in that is that when the weed and the marijuana was not touched by the government, when the weed and the marijuana was illegal, that's when it was Bob Marley. That's when you had, Snoop Dogg smoking it. That's when you could do it. Now that the weed and the cannabis has been taxed and controlled, y'all think y'all getting them little pretty bags and it got Zaza in it and it got all them colors on the bag, and just because it got all the colors on the bag, that it ain't poison on that weed. Oh yeah, look at this, man. I got the gumbo runts, the runts and gumbo, and look at the bag. It's pretty, man. And inside it's marijuana that they done sprayed down with a whole bunch of. The game is the game, homie. The game is the game. They're gonna try so many different angles, so many different ways to subdue, to submit the American people. We are the last one standing. So again, my question to you is, what you willing to ride for? What you willing to die for? Because the guys who rock with Trump, they willing to run up in the Capitol. Yeah, I'm talking on U.S. soil. Never seen it done before. I'm talking about in Washington, D.C., run up in the Capitol, run up in a federal building and go to war. So instead of going to war, you willing to just sit there and smoke the chemical weed. You smoking. So you think, again, somebody got to rally the troops. And all I've been seeing all day is people complaining and people crying and people whining about these asylum seekers and about these immigrants and about the border. But ain't nobody willing to ride with the ones that's willing to go to war behind it. Ain't nobody said nothing about that. That's what you come to Grown Man Business TV for. Ain't nobody. Go ahead and look on your timeline. Check it out. See what they talking about when they talk about the asylum seekers and the immigrants and the money that's being sent all over the place and X, Y, and Z. You're not going to hear one person talking about rallying the troops. What y'all willing to do? See, a lot of these young black dudes, they don't mind smoking the chemical weed all day. They think it's Zaza. They think it's runts, and they think it's they don't know, they think it's something. They think it's runts. Shit don't even look like weed no more. I'm around a young boy. I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, bro, this shit ain't even, bro. What is this? This shit is not a plant. What I'm looking at, bro. This is not a plant. This shit is not a plant. It can't be real. This shit can't. You smell it? Phew. Shit. I'm talking. They done took all. Listen, bro. They done took all the CBD out the marijuana and enhanced it with more THC. That shit don't even, that shit is not even real weed, bro. It's like some fucking, they done took the K2, they done took some incense and they done mashed the incense together. That's exactly what it is, bro. So before any of the people that's in my DM, I'm sure you're watching, I'm sure you're paying attention. Salute to all 30 people that's in the live chat. Listen, before you ask me, ask yourself. Go in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and ask yourself, what am I willing to do? Am I going to get down, or am I going to lay down? And Grown Man Business say, if I lay down, I'ma stay down. So what you want to do? What you want to do? Cause it's coming. I told y'all 2024 is going to be a powerful year. It's already a Kobe year, but it's going to be a powerful year. And not just the celebrities are gonna get exposed. Not just the higher ups and the elites are gonna get exposed, but everybody. See, it's deeper than rap. It's way more to selling your soul. It's way more to selling your integrity. It's deeper than the celebrities. All the civilians, everybody that's not a celebrity, everybody, all the regular people, you sell a piece of your soul every day. Every day when you get up and you go to work from some CEO who don't care about you or your family. Every day when you go clock in at your job, but you don't want to be there, you rather still be sleeping. Every day that you get up and you go to work and you let them tax your money, and then you let them tax your food, and then you let them tax your gas, and then you pay taxes on everything, you sell a piece of your soul, homie. You selling something. That's why it don't feel right. That's why the shit don't feel right. That's why in your mind you like, why am I, you might not say it out loud, but in your mind you like, man, I don't feel like getting in my car. It's cold outside. I don't want to go to this job. I'm tired of this shit. So it's deeper than the higher ups and the elites. It's deeper than the celebrities. That's the shit that everybody want to be stuck on. Celebrities. Celebrities this and Cat Williams and all that. We all looking at that. But the deeper we get into this year is the deeper you're going to have to look into your own eyes. And one thing for sure, two things for certain. My family, anybody that know me personally already know I'm a ride for it. Guns all over the house. And I clutch one and I go outside with it. And I ain't talking about riding on somebody that look like me. I'm talking about riding for real. I don't got to ask myself what I'm going to do. Everybody know what I'm going to do. That's why the channel been shadow banned. You think I got to show you a gun for the higher ups in the elites to hear my voice, see my face, feel my passion, and already know this dude is going to rally the troops. We can't let 10,000 people come into his live stream. He got 17,000 subscribers. We can't let 5,000. We can't let 1,000. We got to muffle that shit. Yeah. We got to make sure you keep a muffle on Grown Man Business TV, because we already know what he gonna do, but it ain't enough like him. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. It ain't enough men out there like him. We done made a lot of saucy Santanas. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of little Nas X's out there. A lot of them dudes secretly watch Little Nas X and they secretly like Saucy Santana. So if we keep him muffled, we did our job. The shit get real. I'm gonna put the red hat on. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's my next move. I'm gonna go get a MAGA hat. I'm gonna go get a MAGA hat like Kanye West did. I'm gonna do just like Yeezy, and I'm gonna go get myself a MAGA, because if it go down, that's who I'm riding with that. I'm riding with that, homie. I'm riding with the ones that's gonna ride for real. Don't matter. I don't care what if that don't got. See, that's when it go past color. Because Grown Man Business is universal, my G. It's another reason why I use the name. Grown men standing on grown man business. That shit is universal. That surpasses color, my G. That surpasses race. Grown men standing on grown man business. You could be whoever. When I shake your hand, yeah. You know what we about to do? We about to go up in the Capitol. Yeah. You know what we about to do? We about to protect this line right here. Yeah. That's it. So again, I'm not going to make this a long one, but Trump is necessary. I mean, there is no other way right now. We are at a point in time in this country where there is no other way. No other way. Personally, I believe if Trump get in office or not, the war, we gonna have to go to war on this land. And what you gotta understand is this: the same way I've traveled to the other side of the globe, literally in real life, is the same way I done traveled all over America. All over America. I done been to every state twice because I drive trucks. I drive 18. Listen, I done been to every state from Florida to Portland, from California, Arizona to New York, Connecticut, upstate, I done been all over I done been to every state twice. And I want to tell you something from somebody that been to every state twice. They can't submit America. The shit is too big. It's certain states they're gonna try to chokehold. New York is gonna be one of those states. 9/11. It's a reason why everything happens in New York. New York is gonna, so it's certain states they're gonna try, yeah, they're gonna go in and impose their will on those states. And they'll say, well, we're gonna stay out of Florida because those guys, we already know what's down there. We're gonna leave those people alone. But you know, this state, that state, these guys are gonna bow down. And then they're gonna hope that it spreads out. But America is vast. It's huge, my G. It's way bigger than you believe. Like you wouldn't believe how big, how much rural land, I mean open land we got. You know, you look at a map, that shit looks small, and then you got it looks small, but they draw it like that on the map for a reason, because it's a narrative, it's a mind trick. You know, it's a mind, yeah. They warp you. America is way bigger than what you think it is. They'll never take the whole shit. Why do I believe? And I want to leave y'all with this. Why do I believe that it's going to be a war on this soil regardless if Trump go into office or not? This is why. They done already used these 4 years with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to flood America with illegal immigrants. At this point, we can't even keep count of how many illegal immigrants. It's so many illegal, random people in America that whole cities is feeling this shit. Whole cities, they ain't got no more shelters. They got people sleeping in the airports, and they got them sleeping in like abandoned build. They got this some wild shit going on right now. I mean, it's wild, man. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like you get done watching the football game and all that, then you need to double back and look at what's going on in America. Like it's crazy. And if Trump don't get in office, there is nobody that can run against Trump, except maybe, you know, Michelle Obama. And like I said before, we ain't even feeling the Obama name. Nobody, that shit ain't even gonna work. So if Trump don't make it in office, it's because they robbed him. And again, I told y'all, the people that ride with Trump is ready to go to war. The people that ride with Trump, they ready to go to war. They gave y'all a demonstration when they ran up in that federal building. That shit has never been done in U.S. history. There has not been a time in U.S. history where we can see documented that people ran up in in a federal building for what they believe in. Those people are going to go to war behind Trump not going into office. If he don't go into office. And the war is going to be a rebellion. And these same asylum seekers are going to be used to fight those people. So there go a war breaking out. Now, let me give you another scenario, because I said either way. That's the scenario if he don't make it in office. If he don't make it in office, that's how the war is going to break out. Those people is going to fucking ride. And it's going to be way more than a federal building they're going to run up in the next time. Now let's look at the next way. Let's say Trump get into office. I'm giving y'all some game, homie. Let's say Trump get into office and everything goes smooth, and at the end of this year, Trump is the president of the United States of America. Well, again, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris done used the 4 years they've been in office to corrupt America, to wreck America, to damn near submit the American people and bring in hundreds and thousands, if not millions, if not fucking millions of illegal immigrants and asylum seekers from the Ukraine and Palestine and all of these weird ass places, right? If Trump make it into office, Trump already said, soon as he touched down in office, my G, soon as he get in the presidential seat, Everybody that came over here illegally, he's sending their ass back. And he's going to create a task force. And he's going to have all type of people lined up with new jobs to find every illegal immigrant and send their ass back to where they came from. Now, let me ask you a question. You think those people just gonna get on a plane and go back where they came from? You think those people gonna say, okay, Donald Trump, you're the president now. We're gonna just go ahead and walk back over the border where we came from in Mexico. Don't worry, Donald. We know you don't want us here. We're just gonna go ahead and walk over the border. Oh, don't you worry. Russia, they done bombed the whole damn Ukraine. We ain't got. Listen, we're just gonna get on a plane and we're gonna go back to the Ukraine. Oh, don't you worry. It's a whole situation in the Palestine and Gaza and whatever these people got going on. And we're just going to get on a plane and we're going to go back over there to Palestine. Nah. Trump get in office and he said, we sending y'all ass back. Those people are going to go to war. They're going to go to war right here because they want to stay in America. They want to stay in the land of the free. They want to stay in the United States of America. You know, the same place that they say is going down, the same place that everybody say the dollar bill is crashing. Why in the hell are they rushing and dying to stay over here if the dollar bill is crashing? So either way, something's going to happen. Is what it is. And I ain't going to lie. I'm very curious to see, because when I speak for my people, when you understand what I'm saying, I'm not talking about no Africans. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about Negro Americans, FBA, foundational Black Americans, indigenous to this land, the real Indians, us. I'm willing. I want to see what y'all willing to do, because I don't want to hear. I don't even listen to rap music like that no more. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't want to hear you rapping about slide. I don't want to hear about you rapping about guns. I don't want to hear about it. I want to see about it. I want to see action, homie. I want to see action. That's word to Tupac. I wish Tupac was still alive, because I guarantee you right now, Tupac would have said, listen, we going to do a million nigga march and we going to meet up here in Atlanta, and it would have been a million niggas in Atlanta. That's why he had to be taken out. Nipsey Hussle, right now, Nipsey Hussle will say something like, listen, it's turned up out here. I need a million Crips. I need 1,000 Crips to meet me on. It would have been 10,000 Crips on. I need 10,000 gang members. I need 100,000 gang members, all gang members, to meet me on Crenshaw and Slauson. And we about to rally the troops. They would have been 500,000 gang members from all over California. I'm talking Northern California, Southern California. Niggas would have been driving to get to Crenshaw and Slauson. That's why he had to be taken out. Because a nigga like Big U ain't gonna say nothing like that. Big U, Big U collecting a check. Big U sitting on his hands. Big U is softer than Dollar Tree cotton. And somebody go tell him I said it. Softer Dollar Tree cotton. He a whole pussy cat. I do not believe that shit. Listen. The movie Friday was made 30 years ago. I don't believe that Ebo shit no more. I don't believe you, homie. You not Debo, nigga. To who? Pussycat. So again, it ain't about what they gonna do, because I'm looking at my DMs and I'm saying to myself, like, y'all ain't see them people run up in the federal building. Y'all ain't see them people going back and forth with the SWAT team out there fighting them. They didn't give a goddamn what was going down. And they ended up shooting a girl in there, and the lady got killed right in this on video. I saw the video. The lady jumped through the shit. They brought a bomb. They was going to war in that federal building. So you asking me what about Trump? Yeah, I'm with Trump. I ain't riding with no sucker. Biden, pussycat. Kamala Harris, pussycat. The U.S. Navy right now, pussycat. The U.S. Army, all of that shit, they pussycats. They ain't being led by no real hitters. So don't ask me why, or ask me this, or ask me that. Ask yourself what you willing to do. The ones in my DMs asking me those questions, I can tell in your tone, I can tell in how you was even typing to me that you gonna lay down. You ain't gonna get down. Your ass gonna lay down. And when you lay down, you already know you gonna stay. You already know. You gonna get down and you know the slogan, man. You gonna get down and gonna lay down. Your ass lay down, you gonna stay down. And I always tell you I ain't staying long. But we already 55 minutes in. Detroit, Atlanta, New York, California, Texas even. Even in Texas it's getting hectic, homie. It's getting hectic. What you gonna do when the time coming? You gotta pick a side and you gotta stand on business. What you gonna do? You gonna stand on business or you gonna let them people run up in your city? What the fuck is going on, B? Salute to the chat, man. Let me look at it, see what's going on in the chat. Hey, you wish this shit was fake, boy. You wish it was fake. You wish this shit was fake. I don't just be hating. You wish it was fake though. But nah, we ain't. Yeah, Buffalo Soldier, what it do, my G? Uh Porter. Let me address that, right? So he said Nipsey Hussle never had power like that. And I beg to differ. Uh I can agree with you to a certain extent on that, and I'll explain why, right? So Nipsey Hussle was assassinated prematurely. So at the time of his assassination, he didn't have power like that. You're right. Um, but the reason why the world felt the way the world felt when he was assassinated is because we all felt the power that he was gaining. So let me break that down. Let me elaborate on that. Let me give you some more context on what I'm saying, right? Nipsey Hussle was assassinated prematurely, but 5 more years. If Nip was 33 when he passed away, if he would have got, let's not even say 5, let's say 7 more years. If Nip would have lived to be 40, man, he would have transformed the whole Crenshaw district. He would have owned 3/4 of the houses down there in the Crenshaw district. He already had one of the most prominent properties right there on Crenshaw and Slauson that all the people wanted, all the Russians, everybody wanted that property. Cryptocurrency, he was ahead of his time with that. Way ahead of his time. That nigga was he he easily had 100 million on his plate waiting for him if he could have lived the next 7 years. And then let's get deeper into that. I told y'all Nipsey said he had respect in 100 sets. And he did, homie. He had respect from the Hoovers. He had respect from the Gardens. He had this was a blood member from out one of them. He had respect in 100 sets. So he had already, even with that little bit of power, he had already surpassed Big U. That really made Big U jealous. That really made Big U upset. That's one of the things that really helped Big U make the decision to push the green light. So yeah, when he passed away, he wasn't there yet. He was premature. And that hurt a lot of everybody that could see his potential. That shit hurt everybody. If Big U was to get his head blown off today, nobody would react like they did for Nipsey Hussle. You think that had something to do with his music? You thought that was just because of his music? That's why I know a lot of you dudes is sheep. Y'all can't see past the smoke and mirrors. Y'all only see the obvious. When Nipsey died, the world cried. Globally, the world cried, my nigga. Everybody felt that. That's how you That's how you're able to see his potential. That's how you are able to see what he could have been. The way the world cried. If Big U got his head blown off right now, the world is not gonna cry, homie. The world is not gonna cry. Actually, if something happened to Big U right now, secrets will start coming out. Because now certain people don't fear him. They'll know that he's not around and they'll start telling the truth. Yeah, he did this. He did that to Nip. He did this to Nip. I didn't want to say nothing because because I still live in the hood and I know he got some say so and but if he was to pass away, we'll start knowing the real truth. So most of the y'all don't feel, a lot of, especially them Cali dudes is like, oh, Nipsey wasn't that big. Nah, he was, homie. Jay-Z felt that. The world felt it, nigga. When Pac passed away, Pac was only 25 years old. Pac only had did a few albums. Pac only had this, that, and the third, a couple of movies. But when he passed away, we felt it because we knew what his potential was. We knew that if Pac would have lived to see 35, we would have had another Malcolm X on our hands. If Pac would have lived to see 35, we would have had another Messiah on our hands. And that's the same thing with Nipsey. So it always make me, when people they speak down like, oh, it was that. Nah, son, you just a sheep. You can't see past the smoke and mirrors. So you thought that it was just cause it's music. You thought that he started to get famous. You thought it was that. But the real ones know it was way deeper than rap. The real ones know. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Listen, that same power that he got after he died, he was gonna get alive. Times 10, homie. Let me give you, I'm trying to give you some game. All he got all that power because he died. Imagine if he would have lived another 7 years and he was able to do the work physically in this realm with us. He would have had that, shit times 10. If he would have lived to be 40 and then passed away, shit, nigga, they would have shut down the whole goddamn California. It would have been they would have shut the whole school system down. Do you understand? If Nipsey Hussle would have lived to be 40 years old and changed the things that he was planning on changing, affect the gangs and stop the gang violence the way he was planning on stopping the gang violence, and then at 40 years old, he would have passed away, they would have stopped the schools for a week. They would have told the kids, don't go, y'all ain't going to school for the next 3 days. That shit would have been like 9/11. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, homie. You only come here for the real. Now listen. Before I interact anymore, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You understand what I'm saying? We don't ask for cash apps over here. We don't ask for super chats or none of that. We getting money, or money's good over here. If you in tune with the channel, you already know I'm at the big house right now. Oh, I'm at the big house right now. You understand what I'm saying? So all we ask for is time and energy. So hit the subscribe button. Uncle Huckleberry. Gotta stand, they play chess. Yeah. Hell yeah. Facts. I told y'all already. I like that. Hold on. You understand what I'm saying? They peep game and they gather data. Just like they project everything, they projected his future power, homie. They knew we got to get him out of here now. Listen, matter of fact, this is what we gonna do. Tell Nipsey been wanting to talk. See, let me explain something to y'all. Nipsey was being harassed by the LAPD. They was running up in his shop. They was harassing people in the parking lot because the LAPD still felt like that was a Crip headquarters. The Rolling 60 Crip headquarters was the Marathon store. So they was harassing Nipsey. And Nipsey wanted to sit down with them and just explain to them like, listen, we are running a legitimate business. We are running a legitimate business. This is not what y'all making it out to be. And if y'all back up just a little bit and let me work, I can calm the gang violence down. Y'all just don't know who I am. Y'all don't want to recognize what I am. I can stop the gang violence. And see, the LAPD never planned on sitting down with Nipsey. They never planned on sitting down with Nipsey. They used the opportunity to line him up. They said, listen, okay, hey, listen, check this out. We're supposed to be sitting down with Nipsey Hussle tomorrow. We know that he's going to be here this week because we have, we have a meeting set up that he's excited about, and we are leading him on to be that we're excited about. It's this day. He's going to be here because he's going to come to this meeting. Now they let we got him. He's on Crenshaw. He's at his shop. You already know if he's in the city, he's at his shop. How you know he in the city? I know he in the city because he has a meeting with the LAP. He got a meeting with us tomorrow. But he's not gonna make that meeting. Because once they get that to Big U get that to Shitty. You gotta understand something. They say they hadn't seen Shitty Cuz in 9 months. Shitty Cuz ain't been to the hood in 9 months. You know why? Because he had paperwork. And for Shitty Cuz to just slide through the neighborhood like that, just run up on everybody like that, is because he got the okay from Big U. Before he got the okay from Big U, his ass could not come to the hood unless he had that paperwork with him showing that he was good. He was not allowed in the hood, homie. A hitter or not, he was not allowed in the hood. But you know what? Big U said, listen, I got something for you. I got some. Don't you worry. This is what I need you to do. And matter of fact, slide up when you see Nip, approach him. Because guess what? The first thing Nipsey gonna do is bring that paperwork up. Nipsey a big dog in this thing. Nipsey don't even want to have too much conversation with you because we need to address the paperwork. We ain't seen you in 8 months. Everybody know you snitching. Everybody know you told, homie. So as soon as Nipsey saw it was a lineup. They had to do it that way. You think that you think Shitty Cuz would, let me ask you a question, man. You really believe Shitty Cuz would have touched Nipsey Hussle without the okay from Big U? Knowing that Nipsey Hussle is connected to Big U? Knowing that Nipsey Hussle is like Big U's artist? He's like managed by Big U. So you think that he would have really ran up on Nipsey, blew him away like that, and not had the okay from Big U? Hell no. Hell no. I talk the way I talk, but them dudes on the West Coast is scared of big draws. They all scared of big draws. They don't talk about big draws. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I just see through the smoke and mirrors. I just connected the dots. That's all. Regardless of what the gang members try to say, oh nigga, I don't gotta be involved in the gang to see how they lined them up. And Nipsey was, I like that, Huckleberry, how you said that, because that's the truth. They project your power. They project your future. They watch all of us. They watch all of us. Bro, before I started talking like this, I would have 1,200. I done had 1,800 people in the live stream before. My videos was getting 250,000 views in one day. I got videos talking. You can go into my archives. You can push popular, and the videos will pop up. 150,000 views, 170,000 views, 260,000 views on these videos. Soon as I started giving up this game, boy, I got 34 people with me right now. So you think they wasn't watching Nipsey? You think they wasn't? You think they didn't know? See, and the crazy thing is, the regular people act like Nipsey was nothing, but the higher ups and the elites knew what he was. That's the crazy part about it. A lot of y'all y'all so blinded. Y'all so much a sheep. Y'all can't see the Messiah standing right in front of you, my G. You think you think he a regular rapper and shit. He talking that talk too. Like, Nipsey was talking that talk. Even if you listen, I just posted a video where I did an edit with this exclusive song from listen to this nigga rap, bro. This nigga was it, bro. We not gonna have another one of those. It's just like Tupac, bro. You get one of them joints, you get one of those type of men, grown men, that's not gonna bend, break, or fold, and then y'all can't recognize what he is, so y'all kill him. And when y'all kill him, that means we gotta wait another 30, 35 years for the next Messiah to be born be raised to grow up, to find his purpose, to stand on his purpose, and then get in position to start doing the same thing when we already had one. Y'all just killed them. A bunch of broke ass. Listen, Crenshaw and Slauson ain't been the same since Nipsey died. Y'all ain't been getting no money. Y'all niggas ain't rich rolling. Y'all ain't looking like nothing. But a nigga say Nipsey ain't had power, or he want this or he want that, and y'all niggas, y'all ain't been looking like nothing. Y'all been looking crazy since Nipsey died. It ain't nothing. It ain't no Rolls Royces riding down Crenshaw and Slauson. It ain't no gang members, no ex-gang members riding around in no G-Wagons or nothing. Y'all ain't never did it like Black Sam and Nipsey. The hate is too real. Yeah. Yeah, it creates enemies, my G. Yeah, it do. It do. It do. It creates enemies, man. Again, you putting a wolf around a bunch of sheep. You putting a king around a bunch of peasants. And listen, when you got kings in the room, we rub shoulders with each other. We share game with each other. We share ideas with each other. We build. We don't destroy, we build when we put kings in the room. But when you put a king in a room with a bunch of peasants, they asking why he got the crown. Why he living like this? I want to live. I deserve the crown. And your head, your shoulders ain't even strong enough to hold the crown. Your shoulders ain't even strong enough to hold the crown, homie. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and your shoulders ain't strong enough, but you want to ask why he got it. And then you get so jealous you can't hold it in no more. So you kill him. Big U. Big U lives off a reputation of being a gang member, being an active rolling 60 Crip, putting in a lot of work, going to prison, squabbling. He never thought in his wildest dreams that a little scrawny dude like Nipsey Hussle would be such a powerful human being that he would surpass him on all levels. That he would surpass him. Nipsey became bigger. Oh, somebody came in my comments earlier and said, he said Nipsey let the fame go to his head. He thought he was big homie. No, he didn't think he was the big homie. He became the big homie. Nobody thought about Big U anymore once Nipsey came into fruition. He came into his purpose. When you thought about the Crips, you thought about Nipsey. When you thought about the Rolling 60 Crips, you thought about Nipsey. When you thought about, Crenshaw and Slauson, you thought about Nipsey. You didn't think about Big U. Nobody thought about Big U anymore. Nipsey is here. Bunch of gold on, nigga. Yeah, talking about getting money, nigga. Talking about, yeah, riding foreigns all up and down Crenshaw. He was doing that. Man, Big U ain't never did that. He ain't never took it to those heights. He ain't never took it to those levels. Big U was a robber. Big U was an extorter. Big U was a dude that robbed, hip hop artists and robbed people and shit and ran up in houses and did. Yeah, he was flocking. He was a flocker. This nigga used to break in houses. He was a petty criminal, nigga. This nigga never drove a Phantom up and down his street. He never drove a Ferrari up. He never brung actresses. Yo, Nipsey said, you ain't put an actress on the floor. You ain't never frontline the war. You ain't did. None of this. You ain't, this a song, homie. Like, y'all niggas wasn't really rock. Y'all niggas, I was rocking. I was in the Nip shit before any, majority of y'all knew who he was, bro. Look at my short I just posted. Like, I was rocking with Nip when the Marathon Continue CD came out. 2016, I was rocking with Nip. 2016, 17, I was in Cali. I was on Slauson. I was at the Marathon store. I got pictures. I'm talking about before the Marathon store was a smart store, when the shit was still like a pawn shop and it was Crips all in motherfucking shit. Like, the parking lot was just like I went to the store. I'm a king, homie. I don't hate when I see another king. I congratulate. And then I peep game. And I peeped a lot of game from Nip. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I peeped a lot of game from Nip, homie. A lot of it. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. You know, at the end of the day, what you willing to ride for, man? What you willing to ride for? You know, it extends on all levels. On all levels. It extends to all levels. You understand what I'm saying? When Nipsey was in the club, he had 60 dudes with him. When Nipsey was riding them foreigns, it was always 4, 5, 4 and riding around. He had this dude, Rampaw, all these dudes, Cowboy, all these dudes was around him, partying and celebrating. But what you willing to ride for? Because when the guns went off, Nipsey was by himself. Oh, that video always burned in my brain. You know, when Shitty Cuz doubled back and he ran down on Nip, hit his ass like 2, 3 times, laid him down. Everybody ran. And then Shitty Cuz left, and then he came back. And he felt so comfortable because nobody came back. Nobody came out the store. Nobody came out the burger shop. Nobody ran back around the corner. Nobody came back to help Nip. Everybody left because Nipsey was surrounded by a bunch of pussy cats dressed up like they was kings. A bunch of suckers dressed up like they was like that. A bunch of lame pussy cats dressed up like they was rolling 60 Crips. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. That's what I learned from that. So when you see me in these YouTube streets, you don't see me locked in with nobody. Who you see me doing lives with, who you see me locked in with, who you see that can say they built this channel, they helped me build this channel. Nobody. Nobody. Because I don't need you to see what I am. I'm going to show you who I am. You going to recognize this grown man business on all levels. On all levels, homie. What we talking about? Property? What we talking about? What we talking about? Crib? Family? What we talking about? Cars? Money? On all levels, I'm going to make you respect this shit. And then integrity is intact. That's first and foremost. You ain't seen me. Nah, I ain't did none of that silly shit. Nah, nigga, you can't, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the things I took that from Nip getting smoked. Nah, you was surrounded by too many snakes. You was helping out too many niggas that ain't gonna help you when the guns go off. Somebody's supposed to got shot with Nip. I'm not talking about homie that got hit with. I'm talking about the dudes that ran off. They supposed to ran back over there where Nip was at. When Shitty Cuz turned around and come back, somebody should have been over there. He should have been thinking like, damn, because I'm gonna leave y'all with this. We 77 minutes in. Shitty Cuz was told to go into the hood, go to the marathon store, approach Nip Hussle. He was told that by Big U, allegedly, right? He was also told this. Shitty Cuz was also told, this is not a job that you can't fuck this up. This is not a job that you can mess up. This is not a job that you can play with. This job has to be finished. It has to be done right. So what do that mean? Let me elaborate, Shitty Cuz. That mean don't go over there and do your shit, run off, and then Nipsey can live. Don't go over there and do your shit, run off without knowing that he ain't going, like, you got to make sure he out of here. This can't be like, 50 Cent, where you go over there and you shoot Nipsey up a whole bunch of times because he'll become an even bigger king. If he gets shot 4, 5 times and he live, you have no room for error. No room, because if he live, you got no room for error. You understand? So when Shitty Cuz ran off, everybody was thinking to themselves, like, why did he run off and come back and run off and come back and run off and come back? It's because he hit Nipsey, he ran. Because that's what you do when the guns go off. Boom, boom, you run off. Oh, okay, I did my shit. And then he thought to himself, like, I ain't sure if he dead yet, and I got to finish the job. He looked back, and nobody was there beside Nipsey. Nobody came back to help him. So he said, I got to, and he ran back down on Nip. Left again. Nipsey's still talking, he's still moving. He ran down on him again. 3 times. 3 times, homie. And ain't nobody had the answer for that. I ain't, where's Rampar at? Where, nah, we need to talk to y'all, the niggas who was there, Rampar. Why you ain't come back? Why you ain't come back? Pussy cats. Oh yeah, I'm nice with the ball, man. I do a little something. I do a little something. Yeah, all levels. All levels. Buffalo Soldier, Wisdom B, what it do? Look, man, it's late. We gonna lock in. I just really wanted to lock in on everything that's going on with Trump. I could talk about Nip for hours, B, because legendary shit. It was such a legendary thing. Nip was the child that I talked about. Like when Tupac passed away, Nipsey was the kid that was being raised in those South Central streets, that was being groomed through his environment to be the next Messiah. He was it. What's your question, homie? And just like Tupac, niggas killed them. So now what you think gonna happen? We either gonna wait another 30 years for another Messiah, or you gonna recognize who's the Messiah right in front of you. I have a question for you, the YouTuber. What's up, man? Ask your question. That's another thing too, man. Like, I don't know if, I've been getting a lot of trolls. I've been getting a lot of in the live chats, I'm starting to get weird situations in the live chat, and that's just letting me know that they muffling the channel, they muffling the content. You know what I'm saying? They shadow banning the channel, but at the same time, it's only so much shadow banning you can do. We growing organically, so people is getting wind of this shit. People is listening. I'm getting, we growing organically every day, and the more we grow, the more live chat, the more trolls I get in the live chat, the more weird things that happen around the channel and around the live chat, is because once they can't muffle you, they start putting bots in your chat, and they start putting people out. They start, yeah. Okay, hold on. The YouTuber, Bebop, and baby got kidnapped. Hey, bro, McRoy TV. I don't know, man. You done put all you separating you Bebop. I don't know, man. I ain't heard nothing about it. I might look into it, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but again, man, you know, and it's always gonna be like this too. The closer we get to 2030, it's multiple messiahs, my G. It's multiple leaders in front of us right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm claiming to be one. It's nobody like me on YouTube. It's nobody gonna talk like this on YouTube. It's nobody that can articulate themselves on this level without being restricted. All my videos go green. I might got one video that's yellow. It's a short that I did that's yellow because I put that music, that Nipsey Hussle music in it. But anything other than that, all my videos go green. And it's nobody giving up this type of game, and nobody standing on business to this level without like the extraness, without exposing that they've been molested, or talking about this, or talking about jail, or talking about murder, or talking about drugs. It's nobody that's standing on business. And when you dive into this content, what you will find is the answer, homie. What you will find is the real. I carved out a lane for the real, and I'm the only one in it. If you listen to this content, the real is right there in front of you. It's the same way if you put on one of Nipsey albums, Crenshaw. You understand? Slauson Boy. Huh? Yeah, Mailbox Money. Victory. If you put one of the, when you listen to it, the answer's right there. It's easy. So we're gonna continue to grow organically. We're gonna continue to pump out this content. We're gonna continue to give y'all the real. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. There is no other. There is no other content creator talking like this. There is no other YouTuber. If that's what you want to call it. So listen, man, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the bricks into the bottles. Straight off the bricks into the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing, and we not dressing nothing up. Giving it to you straight, raw, my G. And that comes all the way down to why I'm riding with Donald Trump, all the way down to why Nipsey Hussle was a king in his own right, a legend in his own right. Because you know what? We gonna ride behind it. We gonna ride behind it. Yeah, Wisdom Beast, salute my G. You already know what time it is, man. Listen, be sure to tap in tomorrow. I got some shorts. I'm gonna drop 2 shorts tomorrow. Both of them is gonna be kind of regarding Donald Trump, and then we gonna go live again tomorrow. Constant create all 2024. Constant. It's consistent content all year. We not stopping. Wisdom B, what it do, my G? Yeah, you all listen. Wisdom B, day one investor. Day one investor. Always happy when I see you in the chat. You understand what I'm saying? Real, yeah, real gonna recognize real on all levels. All levels. Kings gonna recognize kings on all levels. All levels, my G. Yeah, and I already told you, I mean, this is a very important year. And depending on how this year go, we gonna rub shoulders. Atlanta gonna be the first stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have something set up. I'm gonna put paper into it. I'll put my own money into it. We gonna have a good time. We gonna make something happen. But let's just stay focused. Let's everybody stay focused. Let's everybody stay motivated, inquisitive. You understand what I'm saying? And let's get to the next level. So it is. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Wisdom be salute, my G. You already know. Gang.